Hello there, folks. Hey, this video, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to use a DA50 product running Crimson 3.2 as an OPC UA server. So the DA50 in this application, it's a Group 3 product. I don't know if that matters. But anyway, it's a Group 3 product. And over here in Communications, under Services, I've got here in Services, I got OPC UA Server. And on the Services, I've got it enabled here. I did do something different. I put in a server name. You don't need this here, but I added Wazoo's DA50 at the server name. I didn't put it in host. I left it blank. Everything else is anonymous access. Everything else is straight up default settings. I didn't change anything else in here. If I go to the public data tab, I have 3 tags here. Tag 1, 2, and 3 that I'm using. Just so you can see what I'm doing with these tags over here on the left in data tags. All 3 of these are yellow tags because they are, I'm just generating random numbers. So that's what I'm using for my tags. And then over here on the left, if I go to display pages, I simply went to the right and I drug those out here just so we can see what they're doing on the OPC UA server. That's the tags that this thing should be serving up as an OPC UA server device. So that's all good there. I save that program here. I go ahead and download it to that unit. There it is, it's running. Now, for my OPC UA client, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to use a Redline device, of course, its own, and then I'm going to use another third-party software to show it. So, for my OPC UA client, I'm using a G09 HMI, one of the ones I use in my classes. This is running Crimson 3.1. So what I did here on this unit is I went over here to Communications, and under any of the protocols, I clicked on Protocol 1. If I hit the pick button here, I go down, I can find, it's not really a manufacturer, it's more of a driver, but OPC UA, and I'm going to be the client in this case. Not to be confused with down here, you can also be a server. That's one nice thing about Redline products. They can both be a client and a server at the same time. But in this case, we're going to make the G09, the HMI, be the client talking to the DA50. So once I set that up there, team, I wonder what this does. Well, we'll come back to it later. You know what? We'll come back to it later. Okay, so under here, this comes up normally as PLC1. I went ahead and changed the name of it to a DA50. Now right here, I need to know the IP address of that unit. So team, give me a second here. And the DA50, I've got a couple tags on it here. I'm using this one here connected to my office network. This one is connected to a local network here to my PC. So the IP address of the unit is 192.168.254.200. So if I go over here, that's the address I'm putting in here, right there. I'm not changing the port number. That's the standard with OPC UA. However, down here where it says data model, I'm going to click the browse button, and it's very important. Let me cancel. It's very important that you're connected to that network when you do that, at least with Redline software. So in this case, I'm going to click the browse button. It's going to go out and find something that did something. I'll save it here. That should have did so. Let me do it again. Let me give it a different name. We'll do that. Different name. Oh, you know what? This is the button. I'm sorry, not the browse. You want to hit this download. I'm sorry, team. Hit the download button there. I'll click here. I'm going to hit the save button. I'm going to overwrite, and it should come back with the number 5. Yep, there we go. So I'm looking for this here, 23 nodes, blah, blah, blah. I'll show you how that means later. There's some errors here. Probably some errors because I did that. And that caused all my tags to get remapped. Did it cause all of them to get remapped? No, just a couple. So then over here in data tags, if I click on this one, you can see I want this to go to that tag. So I hit the source, go down here, pick DA50, hit the pick button here, and I want this to go to this tag here. So I'll click that guy, and then I'll click this one, hit the poll down here, go down to DA50. It gets all of this from that table, that find that I just did. There you go. The rest of these all should be set up. So then on my display page here, I've got all 3 of these out here. And then I also went a little step further, team, and I mapped a bunch of other tags to all the other OPC UA stuff you can get. I created tags in this database. I mapped tags to all this other stuff here just for giggles to see what happens. Anyway, so I got that on the display page here. So let me go ahead and save that. And let's go ahead and download that to my G09. So we'll move this. This is the DA50 as OPC UA server. This is the G09. If I click the remote view here, look, those same numbers there are coming across here. They're random, they're fast. And so I'm actually showing the data it's coming across. So I have one redline device here acting as a client, and then the DA50 is acting as the server. It's pretty cool, really. Now let's go one step further, because I'm really cheating right now. I'm using redline to talk redline, OPC UA method. Well, if you go to GitHub, and on GitHub you can find other OPC UA client software. I've been using Unified Automation for a while. I'll be darned, team, I can't get that to download today at all. I don't know what's going on with them. So in this video, I'm going to use this one from Process. I don't know what this company does, but OPC UA browser, whatever. It's got a price point that most of my guys can sell right there, free. Perfect. So I'm going to use that for this little demo. I wonder what these other ones are. I can try them later. But anyway, I've got the Process here. So that I got off their website. There's their website. I downloaded it here. Works great. So let me go ahead and open that up, team. And it's right here. Now here's the Process OPC UA browser software or client. And I'm going to put right here where it says the directed, I'm going to put in what I know as the local IP address of my DA50, 192.168.254.200, and hit enter. It goes through this, whatever. I'll say, okay, we're doing all anonymous. So went out and did something here. What I got under here, look, I got some tags here in objects. So if I wanted to look at this live, I can right click here and do monitor data. Click the OK button here. And look, right here, I can't make that wider. Well, I probably can make it wider. But anyway, there is tag 1, 2, and 3. The same data that's cranking over here. Now this, I think this has an update of once a second. You can go into this software and make it faster or slower. I don't sell the software, so I don't really know much about it. But you can go in and tweak this to make it a faster update. But it is working great. So I'm also doing the same thing with a third party, a different product. Notice right here, Wazoo's DA50 server, where that came from was back here in the DA50 on my service. That's the name I put in right there. So I don't think you need that, to be honest with you, but if you put it in, that's how it shows up. So I'm using this software here as another OPC UA client software, and pretty darn smooth operation there. The other thing I did here in this example is if I go back to the DA50 and on my OPC UA server on the network tab, if you turn on the diagnostics here, go ahead and hit the pull down here and choose enabled or detailed. You can go ahead and turn on that there. And then if you want to see that, because the DA50 does not have a web or does not have a HMI on it, has a display page, web page. If you go to the web server over here, and on the web server, I often will enable, make sure it's checked. Rather than using the port 443 that's usually here, I always change that to the TCP normal, whatever there. And then if you click the features tab, on the features tab, I always do remote viewing enabled. I do remote control enabled. And I prefer the bare displayed scaled for my scaling mode. However, if I slide all the way down, in the system pages, you need to enable system pages and at least debug console enable display only. So once I do that, if I go ahead and download this to the unit, go back here to the web page that's running on the DA50, if I hit the back arrow here, I can hit System Diagnostics Debug Console, and I can actually see some of the traffic going on here with my OPC communications, which is awesome because I'm proving it's happening right here. Now, let me take this a step further. If I go back to my G09, and let's say I change the IP address of this from 200 to 201, which is not correct, but I'm going to have this thing pull it at another address, which should cause that to go off. So let's try it. What do we got to lose? Let me go ahead and download that to the unit. Go back here to my debug. Oh, you know what? Hold on. The Process is also working. Wow, that's pretty cool. I have both of these applications running at the same time. So this guy is online. Can I stop it? Let me do this. See if that stops it. Okay, I stopped that. I think I stopped it. Probably crashed that software. But if you look over here, it stopped working here. So if I go back to Crimson, change this back to address 200, download that to it. Let's see if we get there. Look, so there's the OPC read happening to the red line. Oh, that is so cool. And of course, if I go back to the process software, and can I just hit the reconnect here? Let's see, which was the icon here? Connect to server. Let's see. So we'll do this. Hey, look, you can see over here traffic going on. Oh, that is so cool. So anyway, I think that's pretty neat. I did see one other thing I wanted to try here. Hold on. Let me go over here to my G09. Of course, this is the OPC UA Client. And I thought I saw somewhere in here a debug console. Where did I see it? Right here. I don't know what this does. Let's just try it. On the I'm going to enable the client here. Of course, when I debug output, I've got to go over here to the web server on this. And on the web server, click the Features tab. And down here, I'm going to System Pages. I'm going to enable. And I'm going to do Enable Display Only here. Before I download, I just want to prove this. And I could be not working. But if I go here, hit the back, refresh, notice there's no system or any additional tabs. I only have this one here. So let's see, team, if I can download this to it. That's downloaded to the HMI. Go back to here. And let me go ahead and hit refresh. See if I get a system properties here. It should be refreshing maybe. Maybe I did it too fast. There we go. So this is what I was looking for, system diagnostics. I'm curious to see what's in the system diagnostics here. And I'm going to click the debug console. And it's not really showing anything, is it? That's interesting. I got it. Okay, that's it right there. I don't know what this is supposed to be doing. It doesn't appear to me that it's doing anything. Whoops, sorry, I'm getting off track here. So that's the DA50. Nothing going on there. Maybe I have to, hold on. So if I go here, there it is polling. Okay. And I'm going to do this, team. I'm going to open another tab here for this guy. That's number 96 today. So I'm going to make this a free floater. And then this guy, we're going to go here. Really? Hold on. This should load up in the background right here. All right, there it goes. Let me go here. I don't know what that debug is doing on the G09 as OPC UA Client. I'm not impressed with that one. But I am impressed with the OPC UA Server showing all that traffic when I got a good OPC UA Client pulling this unit. So that's pretty cool right there. Anyway, if you got problems with the OPC UA Client, you might want to investigate that a little further. I think the biggest problem that people might have with this is getting to the IP address of the red line unit. That is probably where the traffic problem might be. Anyway, that's a quick demo on that. Thanks a lot, folks. Have yourself a great day. See you later.